all morning long, back and forth. We've seen tanker trucks coming in and out of the area. This car flew off the 99, crashed through two fences, up this embankment, landed upside down right here in the Beardsley Canal. A man is dead tonight after colliding head-on with a concrete wall. We have breaking news just in. A registered sex offender has been arrested, shelling out a lot of money to prove they can run a financially struggling California. I was here right in this spot last year on Black Friday. It was a zoo. Kind of felt like the Incredible Hulk was on one side, like pushing it over. There's definitely some rocking going on. Just about every guy I know is spending a lot more time in front of the television. It's like you have to yank them away. Well, we've just been chatting about the important business of how the weather affects your hair. We've had some serious humidity. I might not tell him about that, John.
What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
He really did. He told the turkey totally mounted my leg. The only thing I mind about snails is them sticking to the bottom of my shoes. Yeah. You know, can we just cancel this live shot? Because I'm kind of feeling full. I don't know if I can do this right now. Fire truck, ambulance, police car, even a Caltrans truck pulled over on the side of the highway with the lights flashing. It's just dry sand. The reason being, the Kern River really hasn't seen water flowing through it in Bakersfield. These units are entirely made out of wood. Now, this is a piece of the siding. You can see we're right in front of the unit where the fire started. Chile is assessing massive damage this morning after one of the most powerful earthquakes on record. Karen Brown reports that the Chilean government has now agreed to accept international assistance. We have breaking news just in. A registered sex offender has been arrested linked to the disappearance of a San Diego teen. This morning, hundreds of volunteers searched for 17-year-old Chelsea King. But late this afternoon, Riverside County sheriffs say they found physical evidence linking 30-year-old John Albert Gardner to the teen. King went for a run on Thursday in Rancho Bernardo State Park. She hasn't been seen or heard from since. A Georgia man is under arrest after trying to steal meat from a Bakersfield grocery store. According to the Kern County Sheriff's Office, yesterday, 27-year-old Willie Murray tried to walk out of the Vons on Olive Drive with $75 worth of meat. When an employee confronted Murray, he allegedly pulled out a very large knife and walked away. Store employees then called the sheriff's office and Murray was arrested. He now faces charges of second-degree robbery, burglary, and a parole violation. Even though Murray's home address is out of Georgia, he has a criminal history right here in Kern County dating back to December 2007. Murray is scheduled to be in court on Tuesday. Friends and family of a Bakersfield couple came together to say goodbye today. On September 19th, James and Deborah Harmon were riding their Harley near Kernville when an elderly driver lost control of her car and hit the couple. The Harmons both died. Eyewitness News reporter James Coe has more on why their death could affect thousands. The death of the Harmons comes at a difficult time. The annual toy run is just 3 months away. 6 people have been taken to local hospitals after their Honda Accord slammed into the back of a pickup truck. The accident happened on Highway 33 just before 5 this evening. Officers say the Ford F-250 was turning into a driveway when the Honda collided into the back of it. 6 people inside the Honda, 5 children and 1 adult, were all taken to the hospital. The driver of the truck was not injured in the crash. A man is dead tonight after colliding head-on with a concrete wall in northwest Bakersfield. Eyewitness News reporter James Coe was on scene and has the details.
James Coe, Eyewitness News.
The cause of the accident is still under investigation, and officers at the scene said there was no evidence that alcohol was involved in any way. Hundreds of people gathered today to pay final respects to 2 women murdered earlier this month in Oildale. Funeral services for Sharon Sue Cannon and Annette Souders Fullard were held today at Valley Baptist Church. The 2 women were shot to death at Souders' home. Fuller's estranged husband, 56-year-old Bob Fuller, is awaiting trial accused of those murders. Sheriff's investigators called the case especially disturbing because the women were shot in front of the couple's 2 young daughters. Dark clouds filled the sky today as a summer storm moved into Kern County.
For now, back to you.
Anthony, a lot more weather on the other side of the country. Hurricane Bill being downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane, but tropical storm watches and warnings are still in effect for the Massachusetts coast and parts of Canada. While the hurricane is forecast to pass hundreds of miles from the northeast coastline, officials are still concerned. They are warning swimmers and boaters that dangerous waves and rip currents are likely, but that's obviously not stopping daring surfers despite sustained winds of around 80 miles per hour. Hurricane Bill is expected to hit Canada tomorrow as a tropical storm. And Senator Gloria Romero spent the day in Bakersfield. She was the keynote speaker at a luncheon put on by the Democratic women of Kern County. Romero chairs the state's education committee and is running to replace Jack O'Connell as the state's superintendent of public instruction. Romero has introduced legislation that she says will ensure every child has access to a quality education. A key component would allow parents to send their children to any school of their choice. Speaking of kids, more than 200 children got a back-to-school boost today at the Bakersfield Homeless Center. The children who got the backpacks either live at the center or have lived there over the past year. The backpacks were filled with back-to-school goodies like dictionaries, notebooks, pens, pencils, some awesome backpacks, all donated by people and groups around Bakersfield.
And also kids that have lived here within the last year.
Jerry Alvarado, who runs the children's program at the Homeless Center, says leftover backpacks are kept on hand for children who come into the center throughout the year. She says the annual backpack giveaway is her absolute favorite event because she gets to see the children who she hasn't seen over the summer and, of course, encourage them to do well in school using all those great new supplies. Now, Bakersfield police will be looking for drunk and unlicensed drivers tonight. Police will be setting up a checkpoint somewhere in the city. The enforcement event aims to educate people on the dangers of impaired driving. The checkpoints often result in dozens of vehicles being impounded for driver's license or registration violations or even a lack of insurance. The special enforcement is paid for with a grant from the California Office of Traffic